So, what's up? What's up? Let's go ahead and get into Tracee Ellis Ross. You know, the legendary daughter of Diana Ross. Now, I remember Tracee back in the day. She used to date Akon's younger brother, Booth Diner. Those of y'all who remember him, great. If not, we still gonna keep it moving. But he was somebody that was younger than Tracee or whatever. But it didn't ever appear to me like Tracee was having to compete. It's like I felt he was making her feel special, not to feel like a comparison of the younger women with their age gap difference. Which, looking back now, it wasn't that significant. But now you hear about Tracee thirst trapping to the point where it has to be blurred out. Tracee Ellis Ross out here taking a picture where all that's covering her is her hands. Now, this is not the first time where such pictures have came through on the internet. So Tracee Ellis Ross, grown age, adult age, 51 years old. Some people's comments are, it's okay, she old enough. Tracee's earned it. Earned what exactly? To just take it off? Earned what exactly for the comments to come at her and say, that don't look right? If there is negativity that is brought with it, or Tracee should know her value better than that, or what is Tracee trying to obtain? Is she trying to get a role? Does she feel like she done aged out because ageism is a real thing, or is she celebrating who she is? Does Tracee have value? Does Tracee know who she was already before she even began to hit those 50s? And I say to that extreme, and that's really not extreme, only because here you got little Bow Wow's daughter, Shad Moss. His little daughter, I think she's about 13, 10, somewhere in there I'll say between 11 and 13, somewhere in there. Now, if you can think back to when you was that age and what she was wearing, especially like let's say if you're going to a concert, I don't know, going to the fair, hanging out at the mall with your girl, whatever you did, at that age, what were you wearing? What was okay that your parents did not have a problem with it? Your parents, your guardian, who's ever care that you was under, whoever was buying your clothes, was it an issue if you wore a halter top? So you see Bow Wow's daughter, I think her name is Shy, in this halter top dance. The girl can dance, but you know who her mama is, Josie, who not only has a child with Bow Wow, but also a child with Future, and she's currently pregnant, or I don't think she's had the baby yet. I think by some well-known basketball NBA player, but I can't recall his name just at the moment. But the point is, if her mother and dad was okay with her being in that, hitting the moves like no other, is it really fair that grown people chime in on the comments and have a say about that? Have we forgotten that maybe we did possibly wear something like that? Or even if we didn't, what are your thoughts on that? Is it appropriate? Because here's the thing, we got bad eyes out here. When I say bad eyes, you got people with ill intentions looking. And I ain't saying that she was put out there as a product to be looked up on, but the thing is, you have to instill in your kids, grandkids at a young age, their value. Letting them know that their tempo is special, how sacred it is. You have to instill the mind to know already their value, how beautiful that they are, that they don't have to be talked into things, to be agreed to upon things when people say things. Because then, you got body image issues that play into this, and people will act like, oh, that's so inappropriate for her to wear. She's not supposed to be looking like that. And then it's all these other comments that can grow from that. So I believe it starts at a young age. I don't know what Tracee is trying to obtain at her age, or if she just doesn't have any thoughts about it. But whether we want to admit it or not, I just feel like, in my opinion, that it's okay. You can still be classy, but do you really just have to just let it go and then just have your hands to cover you up? I think that still sends an ill intent message. Because again, you got eyes, you got people with these imaginations that are not always for the right thing. And what is wrong with a woman being covered? What is wrong with a child dressing appropriately? But who's to say? Especially if you've been there, done that. But the mind is only so much fully developed at that age. So what a young kid sees, like, oh, I want to wear this. Or yes, this would be cool to wear and for me to dance in. Because you know she's going to get her dance on. Now, Tracee at her age, as to why she wanted to take a pose like that, I don't know. But again, if she feels that's where her value is in taking a picture like that, if Tracee feels that's where her value is for her to potentially go viral, then that's her business. But I do feel strongly about know your role. If it hasn't been taught, for how the mind does change every so often and who you do grow into, how wisdom brings about new action, new thoughts, new endeavors, new directions, new levels, new thought patterns that can be talked about and passed down. Now, I'm not aware if Tracee Ellis has any kids, but it does come a time too where your kids will tell you, okay, Ma, you need to chill. It comes a time where a niece or nephew, auntie, aunt so-and-so, can you, I think you need to tell her. She needs to slow that down. Because even sometimes, even with a man, if you have any type of like committed or a form of a relationship or whatever the situation is, sometimes that man will say, hey, can you be easy, you know, with that outfit right there? Because that may attract this and that. And I just don't feel like it, you know, having to defend when it's not necessary. But you have some women like, look, I can wear what I want to wear. If you can't handle it, then maybe you don't need to go out with me. But I'm just saying, don't have yourself set up in situations either. I'm not saying people who do dress a little open or provocatively deserve to be disrespected, but it's certain things that will come with it. It's certain notions that come with it, perceived notions that come with it. People have thoughts. But again, if you know who you are and you know you're not that type of woman, or if you are that type of woman and that is the way you choose to dress, you better know who you are and what your value is and what you are presenting. People say you can't judge a book by its cover. Okay, this is true in so many ways, but so many people do judge the book by its cover and will make outlandish, outrageous comments when you do dress sometimes provocatively to think this must be a loose woman, and it don't even be like that. But it's a time and a place. Maybe it was a project that Tracee was working on. And again, like I said, you have this young girl, Bow Wow's daughter, dressed how she was at the concert. She still has a lot of growing to do. She's having fun at this age. Honestly, in my opinion, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, although she was having to pull her top up at moments. And maybe that was something to take in consideration because, you know, she was bare through here with it being a halter top. Maybe she possibly could have had on a shirt that had spaghetti straps, you know, connected to the halter top to have kept it in place because girlie like to dance. And sometimes them little halter tops do want to act up. And if that would have turned into something, then that could have turned into something. But luckily it did not. But maybe it'll be a teaching tool to move forward. Maybe not. You know, that's between her and her parents. But I thought I would just give an opinion. But leave yours too.